What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of Story Mode Predictions. Today we're going to be deep diving into all the endings of Sub-Zero so we can find out exactly where NRS wants to take the Sub-Zero mantle. Now, with that being said, I'm going to be popping clips up here on your screen. We're going to see what exactly was NRS saying, and then at the end of the video, we're going to compile it all into one big story to see what we should expect from Mortal Kombat 1's in this new reality, their version of Sub-Zero, or I should say the Return of Bi-Han. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Check out this first clip. Now, as you can see here on your screen, back in 1992, after receiving the title of Grandmaster, Sub-Zero disappears back into the shadows from which he came. His only goal in the tournament was the assassination of Shang Tsung. He was paid a large sum of money by one of Shang Tsung's wealthy enemies. With his mission accomplished, Sub-Zero will collect his fortune and retire from his dangerous profession. So as you can see already, Sub-Zero was a normal guy. He sounded like just any of us. He wanted to get up and go to work, except his only job was he was out here putting hands and feet on people is what he was doing, and he was taking their lives. That's just simple it was. Sub-Zero's a gangster. He's a Lin Kuei gangster. He's a Lin Kuei Crip. That's what he was doing. So Sub-Zero was out here gangbanging in these streets, you know, trying to feed his family, and he just wanted to get paid. He's an assassination. He's an assassinator, I should say. He's a hitman, you know. So he completed his hit. He wanted his money, just wanted to retire. It sounded like he lived a simple life to me. Now, as things began to progress in his life, things got worse and worse and worse and worse. Living the life of a criminal is no easy task. It always starts off with a simple story before it turns into something like a El Chapo story. Look at El Chapo. He was a normal man, woke up, and just a normal guy. You know, a few years later, the biggest drug kingpin cartel that this earth has ever seen. It's crazy how a story can just fold into something that big, right? You know, but Sub-Zero had his kind days. He just really wanted money so that way he could retire. The man wanted to retire so he can sip some ice cold beers in peace without having to pay for them. He wanted to make enough money so he can retire. Which one of us cannot relate to that? Because I can. I work a job and I'm working my ass off so I can retire. I make these YouTube videos in the hopes that I could someday become, and I will, a big YouTuber so I can retire and just make money off YouTube and not have to get off my ass to go work for somebody else. That's just where I want to be. So I'm feeling Sub-Zero. We kind of relating right now at this point. But anyway, that was way back in the early 90s when the Sub-Zero character got his first on-screen appearance at that point in time. So now that I got y'all caught up on that, hey yo, real quick, hey, smash that like button, man. What is y'all doing? Y'all just sitting here watching? Hit the like button before we continue. Hit the freaking like button. Come on now, it's free, it's simple, it ain't gonna cost you nothing but helping the channel. That's it. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop this one up here real quick. As you can see here on your screen, now we are in 93 when Sub-Zero failed to return from the Shaolin tournament and rumor of Shang Tsung's survival reached the Lin Kuei clan. They immediately sent another assassin to complete the task. This new warrior is actually the younger brother of Sub-Zero. He enters the Outworld contest and accomplishes his task. He learns of Scorpion's foul vendetta against his brother, but will never know why his life was spared. Perhaps a third tournament is in the future. Now, as you saw there on your freaking screen, Shang Tsung survived, basically. He basically survived, and the clan was like, man, what? Send another hitman to do it. We don't know what Bi-Han got going on over there. So his brother went to go get the job done. Now, as you can see already, he's had 2 interactions with Shang Tsung and these tournaments so far. So it's looking like just right now at this point, the whole tournament thing is kind of written in stone. Or I should say his relationship with Shang Tsung is written in stone at this point. So that's one thing we can keep in mind. Like I said at the end of this video, we're going to compile everything all into one nice big fat pot of lore is what we're going to do. That's what's just going to happen from there. Now, I will be making an extended version of this video because this video touches on multiple Sub-Zeros across the board and all the timelines. So it's really going to take probably an hour-long documentary to kind of go through everything, but I'm going to do that in another video. So for the sake of this one, we're just going to, you know, put this one out. But again, there will be a director's cut that will be coming later down the line with better graphics, better editing, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But anyway, let's get back on track here. So like I said, so far we have Sub-Zero entering tournaments. He started off as a normal guy, and he was sent on a hit to go pull a lick on somebody, and he did not complete his lick. So they sent somebody else to spin the block on the ops, or whatever the case is, and he spent the block on the ops, and he almost died. But you know, they was like, look, we gonna let you live, or whatever the case is. We ain't really got smoke with you. We got smoke with your brother. We got smoke with your brother, you know? So respect to the ops for that. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue. Mind you, that happened back in 93. Now we moving on from 93, and we gonna move the timeline up just a little bit here. So as you can see here on your screen, we're in 95. It said, having been killed in the first tournament, Sub-Zero somehow seems to have emerged to win, to have, motherfucker, this thing moving so damn fast. All right, let's see. So basically was shocked to discover the true identity of this warrior, a warrior who has long been gone. So in so many words, it was basically Noob Saibot, or whatever the case is. He came back as Noob Saibot around about this time. That's why everybody was shocked when he took his mask off. And yes, guys, this thing is moving very fast for me too. I read fast, but I ain't reading that fast. NRS knew what they was doing when they slapped those endings up on the screen. They only last like freaking 5 seconds. They should have put an X button or something to where you can click off when you're done reading it. Like, come on, dude, I'm trying to do a video here. But anyway, so yeah, he came back as Noob Saibot. Now, between all of that time that was going on, Sub-Zero actually ended up getting killed and was resurrected by Quan Chi. Now, as you can see, this is where Quan Chi begins to come into the picture. So far, he went from being associated with Shang Tsung to now being associated with Quan Chi. So he goes from one villain to another, and I believe this is the part where he's actually going to start working for Quan Chi, and which is where he gets his relationship with Serena and start connecting with all the other people that's related to you know, Quan Chi and his minions. So as you can see, the timeline is beginning to progress from here, which is pretty dope. So I see so far where NRS was going, they were using Behind as basically as a pawn, using him as a pawn to do the dirty work of all the villains. I mean, he's a cryomancer, for Christ's sake. This man got a lot of power. Imagine how dangerous Sub-Zero, you know, can actually be. And we're going to talk about just how dangerous he can actually be towards the end of the video. I kind of want to save the big plot twist for the end of the video, and I think you guys are going to enjoy that, this plot twist that I got. Well, you already can tell what it is by the title of the video, but we're going to talk about how he's going to lead in to becoming that that false god towards the end, because this man is after power. He told Liu straight up, I want that power that you got hidden away in that Temple of Elements. That's what he told him in Mortal Kombat 1. And I don't blame him, because Sub-Zero, I feel you. I'm tired of working for other people myself. I would much rather get the power and be a false god myself. Simple as that, or whatever. So, hey, more power to Sub-Zero. But anyway, let's go ahead and carry on to this next clip. And like I said before, hit the like button. We got all these people watching, and we got a little bit of likes. Come on, man. Stop being stingy and hit that like button. It's only going to take you 1 second to like the video. Let's continue with the next clip. So the next clip I got that I'm going to put here on your screen, this is another Sub-Zero. In Vicious Battle, Sub-Zero, you know, he faced Cyrex and Sector, but not alone. He finds his other Lin Kuei assassins. So basically he ran into Smoke, and it said his cyborg assassination with the help of Smoke, and finds that it takes all of his inner scrims to defeat Shao Kahn and his outworld minions. The former ninja once again disappear into the shadows. Now, alright, so as you can easily see, he ended up getting some help from Smoke. Him and Smoke became friends, or whatever the case is. So now this is where, you know, in Mortal Kombat 1, we see Sub-Zero, Smoke, and we see Scorpion all working together. So it seems like they're taking some of this ending, some of this lore, and they're mixing it with the other one. So far, what did we gather? We gather he worked for Shang Tsung. He went on to work for Quan Chi. He ended up meeting Smoke, and he almost met his demise. Is what would have happened if Smoke wouldn't have showed up, you know, to kind of help him. He even had some run-ins with the whole cybernetic initiative, you know, the Cyber Lin Kuei, also at this point. So again, things are heating up so far for your boy Sub-Zero. They're heating all the way up. And I just think what they're going to do is they are definitely going to take multiple parts of all his endings and they're going to compile it all into one story, because they're telling the same story. It just seems like they're doing it a lot better this time. And mind you, I'll speak on that towards the end as to how all three of the stories, including Smoke's, is going to play in. Which Smoke will have a spin-off story from this too, so stay tuned for that Smoke doc, because that Smoke doc is coming. The Smoke Dog, he deserved to get one of these too. You know where I'm coming from? Because this is like Sub-Zero's second time with his greedy ass. But anyway, let's go ahead and pop this up here on the screen as the timeline continues.
Finished. Your quest for vengeance is over, Scorpion.
You cannot kill a dead man. You have defeated my physical form, but my soul is eternal. You will pay for the massacre of my clan in hell.
Well done, Sub-Zero. Like your brother before you, you have served my purposes well. I serve no one. Not the Lin Kuei, and not you. Scorpion agreed to fight for us in exchange for freedom from the Netherrealm, a deal I had no intention of fulfilling. By killing him, you saved us the trouble. You and Scorpion were pawns for Shinnok. Scorpion!
Our battle is finished. You are now freed from my curse. Live well, Lin Kuei warrior.
Alright, so basically, as you heard for yourself since they started adding audio, is just to give it a quick sum up real quick, is Quan Chi basically played Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and Scorpion clapped him, you know, and Bi-Han was like, look, I don't work for you and I don't work for the Lin Kuei. So I think that's one part that he is going to keep in the MK1 story, of him eventually being like, look, we ain't about to do this. But you already could tell, because he wanted to take over the Lin Kuei and he really ain't listening to Raiden like that. If anything, I think Sub-Zero is one of the main reasons why a lot of stuff happened in Mortal Kombat 1. So basically, it's like him and Frost, they switch roles or whatever. So I want you to keep that in mind, because we will be touching on that again. Woo, it is thundering and lightning hard out here. Jesus Christ, y'all saw that thunder just now? Man, Sub-Zero is pissed I'm out here telling all his business in these YouTube streams. Jesus Christ, he mad. But anyway, listen, we're gonna go ahead and get back to this video. Let's go ahead and pop this next clip up here on your screen as we continue the timeline. Let's go.
After defeating the Deadly Alliance, Sub-Zero returned to the new temple of the Lin Kuei with the severely injured ninja, Frost. A short time later, I visited the temple to commend him for his victory in Outworld and to express my gratitude for all his assistance. With Sub-Zero now the Grand Master of the Lin Kuei, Earthrealm will be well protected.
Okay, so basically we saw Sub-Zero carrying Frost's body. So I think this time around it's going to be different. Maybe it's going to be Frost carrying Bi-Han's body, or Kuai Liang carrying Bi-Han's body back to the new Lin Kuei temple after it's destroyed in story mode. And I think Liu Kang is going to come and restore Bi-Han and give him a second chance at life. He's going to say he forgive him for what he did, or Liu Kang might not forgive him and try to kill him like he did Shang Tsung, because Liu Kang be out here clapping people. It'd be like, yo, you ain't on my side, then you chosen war with a god. But anyway, I honestly do think that we're going to see that scene again, except somebody's going to be carrying Bi-Han's lifeless body, and that's probably going to be what turns Kuai Liang to Noob Saibot this time. Now remember I said this, educated guess, quote unquote bunny ears. Remember I said this. I got a feeling Kuai Liang is going to become Noob Saibot. That's probably what's going to happen when Bi-Han dies. And we'll see what happens to the Bi-Han character from there, or what happens to Scorpion from there. You know, we'll just have to see what happens. Now, as far as I'm concerned, Smoke has not been confirmed to be Tarmin's Verbatim. I don't think that's been confirmed yet as far as what his name is. We just know he's Smoke. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments, but maybe Smoke will end up becoming Scorpion this time around, because remember what he always say, when there's smoke, there's fire. You know, so with him saying when there's smoke, there's fire, Scorpion is fire. You know, so I know that's kind of a reach. That's a long stretch right there, but it would be nice because that is his saying, when there's smoke, there's fire. So that would be super dope for Smoke to become Scorpion. That would be super duper dope. But at the same time, nah, we really don't want that to happen, because we want Smoke and Scorpion as a character. But hey, it could work, because look, we always got Noob Saibot and Sub-Zero in the same game, right? So why couldn't we have Smoke and Wichicom in the same game if he did become Noob Saibot? So that's not something for you characters to worry about. But anyway, let's go ahead and get back to the timeline to see where we are on this scale.
On his way to the rendezvous point with Raiden and the others, Sub-Zero was ambushed by a band of Tarkatan warriors in the living forest. He tried to outrun them, but there were too many. He was quickly surrounded. Sub-Zero decided that his last living deed would be to vanquish as many of these barbarians as he could before he succumbed to death. As Sub-Zero began his attack, he felt his armor speak to him. It guided and strengthened each blow as he broke their limbs and crushed their skulls. At his feet, a dying Tarkatan warrior uttered the words, "Long live the Dragon King."
Alright, as you can see here, I think that's another clip that they will use in MK1, because so far in the trailer we seen Bihan trying to sneak up on some people, and we heard a voice that said, "We've been expecting you," or whatever. So maybe that is a version of him being attacked by the Tarkatans, or maybe they will go with the actual version of him being attacked by the Tarkatans. Now, one thing that don't get talked about enough is Sub-Zero's armor and how powerful it is. It said that his armor spoke to him, and that's something that we have not explored at all. Now you can see we're trending in the territory of Sub-Zero wanting even more power than what he already have, which is super dope. And this is what's going to lead up to him becoming a false god, because he got that feeling of power, and that feeling of power is immersive. I can tell you right now, once you make a life change, sometimes you can't go back. For example, there's a time in my life where I never really had any money like that, but now the older I got, even up to this age, I feel powerful when I have money, so I don't like being broke at all. Like, I will lie to you and tell you that I have no money, and when you leave my house, I would lock my door and go in wherever I keep my money and count all my thousands of dollars and give you none of them, or whatever the case is. Or check my banking account and just look at my thousands of dollars and laugh. You know, so I understand what it's like to have power. No one man should have all that power, to be honest, or whatever. It can corrupt you, it can make you evil. People do some outrageous things when it comes to collecting money to feed their family. Clout demon. Alright, sorry guys, got a little cold. Alright, so let's get back to this. So we're already up to about, I think, the year 2000. It was either 2000 or 2006, and that's what's going on so far, is that armor was introduced and everything is just completely different at this point. I think we're trending in the Deadly Alliance territory at this point, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at the next game to see what else NRS was trying to tell us at this point in time. So I'm going to pop this up here on your screen. Again, why do we have these little bit of likes? Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that like button if you F with the content. I would appreciate it. Let's get on to the next clip.
The Dragon Medallion, having amplified the godlike power granted him by his victory over Blaze, Sub-Zero was no longer a mere warrior, but an ice god. He was, however, a false god. He had become a deity without the consent of the Elder Gods, who sent their champions to hunt him down and destroy him.
Alright, now you can see we made it up to the point where Sub-Zero gains the power of a false god by defeating Blaze. You also heard the rules. The rules was nobody appointed him to become a god. He made himself a god. not only did he make himself a god, he made himself the ice god. Now, keep in mind that ice is an elemental figure. So with that being said, that's one of the reasons why I ended up making this this video, is because Sub-Zero becoming an ice god, it's relevant to the map of elements, where there are certain elements that are being created in Liu Kang's new universe. So we got the fire god, and what if Bi-Han becomes the ice god, or Kuai Liang becomes the ice god, and then we'll have like the earth elemental person, then we'll have the fire person, which would be Blaze, and then earth. You get what I'm saying? So it's like 7 different elements in the realm of Mortal Kombat. It was 4, but I believe it moved up to 7. So we can clearly see here as to what's going on. He started off as a normal guy, and then he just kind of got deeper into it. The ops tried to clap his brother, so he had to turn around and try to clap the people that clapped his brother, and he ended up getting clapped by his ops, and then got resurrected by another dude who was supposed to be his friend or his mentor, but then he turned out to be an op too. You get what I'm saying? So my boy, I was about to say Kuai Liang, my boy Bi-Han done been through it all. He been betrayed so many times. This is the reason why he don't trust nobody, and I don't blame him either. I do not blame him. I been through some stuff, and it's just better off to trust nobody. Sometimes you can't even trust yourself, and what I mean by that is I can't put it in words. You just gotta understand it. Sorry about that, guys. That is my alarm to get you guys more videos done. See how organized I am? But let's get back on track here. Sometimes you can't trust nobody, not even yourself, and I can't even explain that. It's just something you have to understand. It's a lifestyle to know that you gotta trust your hard work and trust life and trust the challenges that comes to you. You got to overcome them challenges to become powerful and be progressive. But anyway, let's get back on track here. I'm gonna pop another one up here on your screen. So far the story is getting real good. It's getting real good, y'all. So let me pop this up here on your screen and we'll continue. I got you, don't worry.
Fighting alongside the forces of light during the world merge crisis, Sub-Zero came to a realization. He was no longer the assassin he had been, nor was he comfortable among the self-proclaimed defenders of Earthrealm. Inspired by one of the invaders, Sub-Zero decided he would work for the good of the realm, but on his own terms. He would be a mostly solitary figure, blending in with the dark and the cold. Sub-Zero left the Lin Kuei and donned a new costume befitting this new endeavor. But the Lin Kuei do not tolerate desertion, as he will soon discover.
After the victory. So this is in 2008, I believe, or 2011. This is when Mortal Kombat vs. DCU came out. So basically, this version of Sub-Zero, he didn't want to be evil no more. So he started looking up to Batman. Batman was a great mentor, which is why he changed his outfit and he started to, wear a cape like Batman did, because he just wanted to, protect people at this point in time. So basically, instead of becoming Batman, he became Iceman. That's who he became. Sub-Zero turned into Iceman. That's the nickname I'm giving him. They never officially called him that because there's already another character named Iceman or whatever, so it's not hard to put it together that he was Iceman in that timeline. So we can see here that Sub-Zero just wanted to do better, man. He just wanted to do better. He was one of those people that was just out here trying to get himself together and do what needed to be done, but life did not want to see him win at all. So now in Mortal Kombat 1, he with the gang, he with the squad, and with that being said, he gonna do what needs to be done like any other regular person would do. All of that stuff that he's been through, it's made him tough, it's made him hard, it made him selfish. And speaking of being selfish, guys, I will tell you a quick life lesson. Sometimes you have to be 80% selfish and 20% selfless, because being selfish will protect you in the long run. Being selfish will keep money in your pocket. Being selfish will always make sure that you can provide for yourself and you can provide for others. But most importantly, if it ain't a child that came out your vajayjay or your peanut sack, then you need to be selfish. Sometimes even when it comes to your own family, you need to be selfish and put yourself first. I don't know who need to hear this, but this message is directly for you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You know exactly who you are, to the millions of you guys or thousands of you guys watching internationally around the world. Do for yourself. Be a Sub-Zero. Now, I'm not telling you go out there and start clapping people like Hitmans. The only thing you need to be out there clapping is them cheeks. That's it. Clap some cheeks. Whatever cheeks you decide to clap is your business. But let's get back on track here. So yeah, B-Hun has become a hardened criminal at this point. He's gained experience. He's learned not to trust these villains. He learned there is no how they say, honor among thieves, because he was a thief. He was running around being a little picky finger, using his 5-finger discount when he took Shinnok's amulet, or whatever the case is, when he stole it. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue. I got another one I'm gonna pop here up on your screen for you. And so far we doing good. Make sure you like the video. We doing real good. This story getting real interesting. This is really catching my attention. Let me go ahead and pop this up here for you guys. Don't worry, I got y'all. We good.
Over Shao Kahn, Sub-Zero learned from Raiden the truth. That the Lin Kuei were ultimately responsible for the deaths of both Sub-Zero's and Scorpion's families. Enraged, Sub-Zero offered Scorpion a chance to share in his quest for vengeance. With the might of fire and ice combined, they were a storm of vengeful fury as they cut down their foes. Once justice had been done, Sub-Zero and Scorpion disappeared into legend, emerging from obscurity only to avenge the innocent. The forces of darkness will never stop this deadly alliance.
Alright, so now we made it up to about 2011 at this point, and man, that was a crazy ending, because basically Sub-Zero pulled up on Scorpion, was like, listen, I got the blick on me, you got the blick on me. We could clap each other right now and we can end this, or I got some information for you. Scorpion was like, what you talking about? He was like, listen, you know that dude I used to work for? He was like, yeah, what about him? Man, how about I just found out from old buddy and them that he the one that killed both our clan's families. He killed both our gangs. He was like, word? Yeah, man. He's like, all right, bet, listen, an enemy of my enemy is my friend. Then Scorpion was like, man, say less. We need to make a gang together then instead of beefing all the time. He was like, all right, bet. He was like, what you trying to call this gang? He was like, man, I feel like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm deadly. You deadly too, because you almost clapped me a couple of times, and I clapped you a couple of times. We clapped each other a couple of times. So let's just call ourselves the Deadly Alliance. He was like, ooh, that's cold. And then Sub-Zero was like, I see what you did there. He's like, ah, you like that? Yeah, he's like, fire and ice, you know, Deadly Alliance. That's who he is. So now that he found out the truth, all jokes aside, he found out the truth, what was going on. They teamed up and they was able to, you know, take out the ops such as Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, the one that's been manipulating the both of them for the longest. Now, ladies, I'm sure y'all could relate to this, to the women that's watching this out there. You got some dudes that's telling you one thing and then telling the female something else, but you telling both of y'all something different and got both of y'all kind of going at it. But then both of y'all like, look, this dude ain't ish. He ain't shit. Y'all team up and, you know, y'all catch him in a lie and put an end to his BS and his fuckery, and you let everybody else out there know just how much of a dirty, low down dog he can be. So this situation here ain't no different from real life, and y'all probably wondering why am I code switching? I'm code switching because you got some people that would understand it better in certain terms. So I want to kind of do both. I want to give you the professional side, but I also kind of want to make it funny and make it entertaining for you guys also. So if you're enjoying how I'm making it funny and entertaining and giving life lessons and value throughout the video, let me know in the comment section so I can continue. But if you want me to keep it, you know, strictly professional and just stick to the script, then let me know. I'll do that too. I just want to know where you guys are, because I want to keep you entertained and keep you locked in. You know, I'm putting a lot of work into these videos, and I just want these to be fun when you watch them, when we hanging out and when we chilling. I want to give you some of this gameplay like you see on your screen right now. Give you some of that gameplay and give you like a little bedtime story, because it is late as hell right now and it's time to you know, time to get y'all, put y'all to bed real soon. But anyway, we got a couple more minutes to go before we get up out of here. So the show just getting started. What you talking about? So do me a favor and go ahead and smash that like button. Man, we should have at least at least the same amount of likes as the same amount of viewers. So go ahead and hit that like button because it's free, and I'm here for you guys. I'm gonna drop this content 3 videos a day, and we're gonna be moving up to 6 videos a day sometime next week. So your boy is putting in that work. If you're enjoying it, drop me a like. But let's continue. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this up here on your screen, and as you can see, we are now in 2015.
Grandmaster Sub-Zero knew his Lin Kuei clan would need more than martial arts to stave off future threats to Earthrealm. In the frozen reaches of Outworld, he found the answer. A female frost dragon with a clutch of eggs. With his ability to freeze, Sub-Zero hatched the dragonlings. They accepted their Lin Kuei masters and their training as combat mounts. With a force of dragon riders, the Lin Kuei's ferocity became legend. None dared risk conflict with Earthrealm.
As you can see here, this is where Sub-Zero gets smarter. At this point, I believe it's Kuai Lang. He gets smarter and he decides, listen, we gonna need more protection to protect Earth. So he goes to Outworld and he finds this female ice dragon and he starts birthing these Aerodactyls. So basically he becomes a mom at this point, or I should say a dad. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm not really a Dungeons and Dragons type of person at all. Like, I don't like watching TV shows that got like all this dragon stuff. For example, like, I don't like watching Game of Thrones. I've never seen an episode of Game of Thrones. I don't like those type of shows with a whole bunch of dragons or anything. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm more grounded in reality, like crime shows, down to earth shows, and things of that nature. Now, I'll watch something like Flash and all of that stuff, but that's as far as I will go. It's the DCU and Marvel here and there. So my whole point for bringing this up is that I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but I would love for NRS to introduce some dragons and stuff like that into Mortal Kombat, given that the game is surrounded by dragons. So we got a female ice dragon, we got that dragon that was protecting Dagon, and another dragon that was protecting his brother Taven. So there are dragons in the game, plus Liu Kang uses the dragons. So it would be nice to kind of dig back into, you know, those dragon origins. Now, I know in I think it was Mortal Kombat Deception or Armageddon, one of them, where you were actually able to have some cutscenes with the dragon. I think the dragon was called Orion or something like that. You guys can leave a comment below, let me know if I'm right or wrong, but I'm pretty sure there were 2 dragons that you can communicate with. One was good and one was controlled by Dagon, which was the evil one, if I'm not mistaken, or whatever. So I think they have room to expand the lore to introduce these. So just imagine we playing MK1 and your boy Bihan, you know, fly in on one of those dragons, and let's say we get attacked by Outworld, right? Or it's just an all-out war and we losing, and then the next thing you know, Bihan's been gone half the game. We either think he dead, or at this point we just thinking he betrayed us to the fullest, or he did betray us and now he want to save his brother. So he just flying on all these ice dragon, and all these Lin Kuei members is just jumping off these dragons and just kind of going to war. So I think that would be super dope if they are able to implement something like that. That is something that we all would literally sit back and we will watch. We definitely will watch something like that. I know I would. And the fact that the story is just getting so much better for him and his brother, man, this is a eye-dropping, or a tear-dropping story, because it's brothers avenging brothers at this point, when all Bihan wanted to do was make enough money to retire. But at the same time, he got his brother caught up in his BS, because his brother had to go out there and avenge him. And then by the time Bihan did come back to life, he didn't even care about his brother no more. He just stayed evil because he was corrupted by Sector, Grandmaster Sector, and corrupted by Quan Chi at the time. So his brother became lost. And that's kind of sad when you think about it for Bihan, because he did all of that stuff just wanting to retire, just for him to become Noob Saibot, a Wraith, and happen to still be doing dirty work. Even though he worked for himself, he had power as Noob Saibot. He definitely had power, but you know, it just wasn't the same no more. So hopefully this Bihan, this version of evil Bihan, can get some redemption. He can get some redemption in his story. But it is good to see him and Kuai Lang, you know, kind of kicking it with each other. That's just super dope across the board. I'm so happy NRS was able, you know, to do something like that. That's just sick across the board. I'm really feeling it. I gotta take my hat off to NRS for that one. But guess what, guys? We still not done. We got one more clip to go, and then I'm going to compile everything into one big giant story lore, and we should be good to go from there. But so far, we got one more clip, like I said. Let me go ahead and pop this up here on your screen, and we're gonna get to the final conclusion of this video. Let's do it.
Once I gained the hourglass, my first thought was to rewrite history and redeem the Lin Kuei's honor. But then I thought of Bi-Han, his life consumed by evil. Before I could redeem my clan, I had to redeem my brother. With the hourglass, I wound back time to our childhood. I studied every second of Bi-Han's life to understand why he embraced Sector's corruption, why he reveled in the vile power given to him by Quan Chi. Armed with that knowledge, I resculpted the sands of time. I changed Bi-Han's life and unfroze his heart. Now we are comrades, not rivals. Together, as joint Grand Masters, we lead the Lin Kuei in defense of Earthrealm.
Bravo, bravo. What a beautiful story. Kuai Liang came in all the way at the end, and instead of him bringing back the gang and bringing back the squad, he brought his brother back, man. That is some top-notch writing in NRS. When you put everything together the way I just did by breaking down all the endings, you really can see how full the story is. Jesus Christ, that was such a great story. Kuai Liang ended up being the mature brother, even though he was the younger brother, and ended up saving his older brother Bi-Han, even took up the mantle, for in his name, kept his image alive. Oh my God, man, his grandfather would be proud. The Sub-Zero name has been redeemed. He saved the family, and also the Lin Kuei Crips is back because he brought the Lin Kuei Crips back with the hourglass, you know. So I'm just shocked. I'm not even being funny, guys. I'm just shocked. That was a beautiful story. I was hella interested in that, and I can't wait to do more videos like these. I'm gonna put so much more work and editing into the next couple of these videos when I can, because mind you, I'm on a time schedule. I gotta get 3 videos out a day, so I only have a certain amount of time to get it done, but I am gonna do the best I can to make sure these videos look good and fun and refreshed. Okay, now, so let's get to the final conclusion. So what did we learn, y'all? What did we learn today from class? We learned that he used to work for Shang Tsung. We learned that he got lied to by Shang Tsung, and he eventually went on to work for Quan Chi. He worked for Quan Chi, and then he got lied to by Quan Chi also. And the same thing happened with Scorpion. So basically, Scorpion and Sub-Zero just kind of teamed up on the ops. They slid the block on Quan Chi, or whatever the case is. And then Sub-Zero, aka Bi-Han, ended up dying and becoming noobs. You know, noobs. Bro, if I get stuck one more time, I'm over here trying to say some noob soup. I don't know why I'm thinking about soup. Maybe I want some soup. I think I want some soup. Hey, put me some soup on. I said put me some soup on. Yeah, chicken noodle. Thank you. Fine ass. Alright, so basically, Noob Sidebot. See, there you go. I can say it. Noob Sidebot. I was thinking about soup. I think I did want some soup. I can't wait for that soup to get ready. Let's stop talking about soup and get back to the video. Alright, so bad. So we have determined that he gets attacked by a group, the Tarkatans. So he will get ambushed and more than likely get saved by smoke. And we did see that in one of the trailers where he was getting ambushed, or he was about to get ambushed. Him and Scorpion was about to get ambushed, and then smoke came from out of nowhere, or right before it happened, smoke came from out of nowhere. He was like, listen, I'm with y'all, or whatever. So that's basically that right there. So this was a really good story. I do think Bi-Han is still going to be after power because, mind you, he became that ice god. What better way to make Bi-Han more hated by the fans than by having him go after Liu Kang's power? Mind you, that power is protected by Geras. Now, check this out too. I would say that Geras is a lot stronger in this timeline because he's lived more eons, or whatever the case is. However, Geras is not hard to defeat. You only need to neutralize him and get him up out the way. So remember when Raiden took Geras and threw him in that ocean or that bottomless pit or whatever? Man, Kuai Liang could do the same thing. Bi-Han could do the same thing to get him out the way. Hell, you could freeze Geras. I don't know how long it's going to last if you freeze Geras, but I'm sure he could just pop out of that. But this man can freeze time, so you really going to have to catch Geras' big ass. You're going to have to catch his big black ass off guard, because you know how they come. And he bald-headed too? Come on now. You know Geras about to slap you up a little bit. You know he about to slap you up. But it's going to be an interesting story for us to see how all of this play out. I'm super excited for Mortal Kombat 1. Again, I truly appreciate you guys allowing me to provide you this content. The only thing that I ask you guys to do, if you can like the video and share it on Twitter, you know, say what you like about the video on Twitter, share it with a friend, share it with a coworker, hell, share it on Reddit, share these videos on Reddit, you know, share the experience with other people. I'm mega excited to see what NRS is going to be bringing us going forward. This was just a beautiful story all the way through. I'm being honest when I tell you that. It was just great. And like I said, I can't wait to do more. Now what we're going to get into is final breakdown, final thoughts of everything. Is that I think Bi-Han sadly is going to go after that power and become a false god. That is the ultimate climax for his character, is to become a false god. Now, will he stay a false god? We don't know. But remember, Shinnok got kicked out of being an elder god, and he was able to maintain his powers, or at least a good amount of his powers with an amulet. So maybe we can see something like that about Bi-Han being a false god, and people kind of make fun of him in the intros, where he be like, Bi-Han be like, respect the god, and they be like, you're a false god, Bi-Han. The elder gods never approved of this, or Lord Liu Kang never approved of you getting your powers. And he was like, he wouldn't give it to me, so I took it, or something like that. So I could actually see him playing something in that area. But you know, hey, that's like real life. People ain't gonna give you what you want. You got to get out there and you got to get it yourself. People can call you false, they can call you fake news, they can call you whatever they want to call you, but you getting out there and you got it. That's what's important at the end of the day. Cloud Demon. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into some comments from you guys, and then we're gonna wrap it up, and we're gonna get y'all on up out of here, because I know y'all got some stuff to do. So let's go ahead and get into y'all comments. All right, so we're gonna start off with this first comment. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop this question up here on your screen. Let's begin. Man, this thundering is crazy. Let's hurry up and get y'all out here. Now, we got Modern Philosophy says, am I the only one who thinks Smoke is Hanzo? No, you're definitely not the only one. I've heard that quite a lot. Now, C-Toy said, do you think Sub-Zero will die and become Noob Saibot? Do you think Hanzo is Noob, or do you think Noob will be someone else? And then Donyo responded, and I agree with him. He said, I think they'll do a reimagined Noob Smoke. Now, if Smoke dies and Bi-Han dies, because let's say Bi-Han has a change of heart and he wants to save Smoke, or Smoke wants to save Bi-Han, and let's say Kuai Liang couldn't save neither one of them, but they both get brought back as Noob Smoke, that would be freaking sick. Yo, Don, that's a great catch right there. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm probably gonna give you your own 5-minute video for that one. You probably gonna get your own 5-minute video. Actually, you are gonna get your own 5-minute video. So with that being said, be on the lookout for that, because I got some more context that I want to add to your comment, but I'm kind of on a time crunch right now. But yeah, shout out to Modern Philosophy, and shout out to C Toys and Don Yo G. I really appreciate these comments, and you guys are awesome. I appreciate you taking time out to watch my content. I see both of y'all got 8 subscribers. You know, I'm willing to see who gonna get to 9 subscribers first. You know, if you're trying to be YouTubers, the only advice I got for you is to keep going, keep posting great content, be consistent if you're interested in being a YouTuber. You know, don't worry about getting thousands of views. Focus on getting your first 10 views, your first 20 views, and go from there, and it'll just trickle all the way down from there. You already got 8 subscribers, focus on getting 10 subscribers. When you get 10, focus on getting 15. That's what's going to make it easy. But if you got 8 subscribers and you focused on getting 8,000, it's going to make the job feel next to impossible. You know, so that's how I operate. I'm sharing that little bit of game for y'all if y'all interested in becoming YouTubers. I see that you have some subscribers there, so I just kind of assumed that's what you was after. But anyway, great comments. I mean, great contests. It's going to be coming as far as the money giveaway, but let's get back to this here. The next question I'm going to put on your screen is from Johnny C49. I personally hope that Shujinko is not playable in just the story plot. Like you said, he really don't have moves on his own. I'd rather play Shang if that's the case. I'm interested in a General Shao, waiting to see if he gets introduced in human form or more dragon. If he gets introduced in a human form, then I have a theory on why we could see him more like a dragon later in the game. Well, listen, I would love to hear your theory, so leave it in the comment section below. And hi, my name is Mike. What up, Mike? Yo, Mike has been subscribed to the channel for a year, so shout out to you, Mike, for being subscribed for a year. I truly appreciate it. Hi Wave, I know it's off topic from this video, but I have a good idea for a video in my opinion. So there has been mixed feelings in the MK community about Sub-Zero and Scorpion being bros, but there is an interview clip online with original cast, and the man who played Johnny Cage explains his favorite out of the two is Sub-Zero because he's the good brother. I like that they are brothers now, because before the original MK was made, they were supposed to be. And the twist for me is that now Sub-Zero is the bad brother. Something to think about if you got the time. That would, he said he would love for me to make a video on it, also hoping it would help divide the fans, help undivide the fans, basically. So I'll say this much. You do have some good information in this. However, I don't have enough information for it to be its own video. But if any more information comes along, I can use your information along with the new information and then possibly turn into a video at that point. But you do have some good information within that tweet, but it's not enough to warrant a 5-minute video, a 20-minute video, or a hour-long video. But I do appreciate your comment. Continue to comment and leave your great ideas, because all it does is help give me more information to make better videos for you guys. So don't think I'm ignoring your comment at all. I appreciate your comment. Now we got DJ Ovenbag. Is his name really Ovenbag? DJ Ovenbag or DJ Overbag, one of them. I don't care who's in the game. I just want to see and pull off all the fatalities. That's why I love Mortal Kombat. Purely full of gory finishers and cinematic storylines. My boy got straight to the point. He's like, look, bruh, just drop the game already, man. I don't care who on the roster. Everybody gonna catch these hands and feet. And my boy Jamal Samuel said, I called it. I called it, y'all. I fucking called it. This is a MK6 Deception remake, just how MK9 was MK1, 2, and 3. MK10 was like MK4 remake, and MK11 was like MK2. So I want to pass this question off to you guys in the comment section below. Do you think Jamal Samuels is right? Is Mortal Kombat 1 a Deception remake? That would be super dope if it is, and then Mortal Kombat 2 can be like Armageddon, where we get the creative characters. That would be super duper dope. So guys, that brings us to the conclusion for this video. I answered all the questions and gave you guys some great content for today. So I just want to take just a quick second to say my final goodbyes to you guys and give you some updates real quick. So the updates that I have for you guys, as I mentioned earlier, is that I will be bringing more content to the channel. We're going to be moving up to 6 videos very soon. Not only are we moving up to 6 videos, we're going to be expanding on other platforms. You know, I set up a Twitch account, and we will be going live on Twitch to play video games over there, such as, of course, Mortal Kombat and things of that nature. So I want you guys to be able to tune in. So if you have a Twitch account, go head on over to Twitch and follow The Wave Report. You'll see me over there. And I am just expanding. I'm on TikTok under The Wave Report also. I'm on Instagram as The Wave Report also. I'm trying to get as much content out as possible. And this is just where I'm at for you guys, of trying to be even more noticeable on the platform to continue to grow by bringing you all of this content. You know, so again, this is the part of the video where I ask for your feedback. So I want to ask you this question. Do you enjoy the background with the thunder, the rain, the screaming, the Easter egg noises that you hear, along with the music? Did you enjoy this entire episode? So I want you to tell me what you like, and I want you to tell me what you didn't like. Was the audio too loud? Was the audio too low? Was I over talking clips? Did some clips not have audio? Whatever you've seen, please point it out so I can fix it, because all it's going to do is make the channel better for all of us in the long run. And that's just where we at with it. So again, this definitely brings us to our conclusion. If you're watching this video for the first time, make sure you smash that subscribe button and turn on post notifications, as this is your brand new favorite and exclusive place for daily Mortal Kombat content. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering why I have not spoken on anything about Evo, and Evo happened earlier and we got some released content. Well, that's because this video was recorded before Evo even came out, so I don't know what happened at Evo at all. I don't. So I will be giving all the updated information about Evo. You will get that tomorrow as to everything that was released, as well as some new videos. So it's a lot of great content that's going to be coming. So that's my response to why I'm not posting anything about Evo, other than my prediction video that I dropped earlier saying that I want Shujinko, and I'm pretty sure I did not get Shujinko earlier at Evo. So that's my prediction, that my earlier prediction was wrong about me having a prediction. LOL. That's funny. But anyway, I'm going to get up out of here, guys. I appreciate you watching. Until next time, I will see you fantastic people later. Be sure that you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you watched all the way to the end of the video, hit the freaking like button. Hit the like button. You love the content. Don't be a shadow watcher at all. But anyway, go ahead and roll that outro, guys. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Shaking hands, pull up with a beef and now they wanna change the plans. Reason why they running, cause we shooting at they mans, yeah. Hey, and it's all part of the plan. Why she keep on calling, cause she know I'm high demand. So in love with me, I got her on command. She sucked me inside the coop, I saying I'm your biggest fan. Yo, she pull up whenever I land. I made it to the top row, you can see I'm living grand. I'm in Cali with some bitches on the beach, me bring a sand. Keep that 30 on the seat and shoot like Curry with the left hand.